Alright, everyone. I love the conversation going on. Thank you guys so much for coming. You guys are amazing for coming on your Friday to come and experience Maryville with us. So what we'd like to start out with is just to start by introducing our team. So team, come up here. So these have been all the people that have gotten together all the things that we're going to be doing today, as well as everything that you guys will get today. So we'd like to start out with introducing all of our students, and then we'll kind of introduce our two big faculty and staff that have been working on this. So hi everyone, I'm Chelsea Mack. I'm the graduate assistant for student success. I am going into my 6th year as a physical therapy student, and my favorite thing about Maryville is the color red.
Hi, I'm Mac. I'm going into my 3rd year as a biology pre-med major with a minor in chemistry, and my favorite thing about Maryville is the small class sizes.
Hi everyone, my name is Kerrigan Hart. I'm a biology pre-dental major. I guess on the pre-dental track, I guess. But my favorite thing about Maryville is the connections you make here.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm a 2nd year biology major going into dermatology. And my favorite thing about Maryville is all the events we have on campus.
Hi, I'm Kylie Pickering. I'm a 5th year physical therapy major, and my favorite thing about Maryville is the sense of community that it brings.
Hi, I'm Samantha. I'm a 2nd year biology major with a minor in chemistry on the pre-PA track, and my favorite thing about Maryville is the small class sizes and being able to know your teachers on like a personal level.
Hi everyone, my name is Biren. I'm 3rd year chemistry and math double major. My favorite thing about Maryville is you can find whoever you need help. Like if you are looking for any opportunities, you will find people who can help you with those opportunities.
Hi guys, my name is Evie. I'm a 2nd year bio major on the pre-veterinarian track. I am also working on a chemistry minor and a and a business minor. And my favorite thing about Maryville would be all the walking trails that you can go on. It's a really beautiful campus. You should walk around.
Hi, my name is Dr. Blixen. I teach chemistry and biochemistry classes here at Maryville. And 2 favorite things about Maryville, I like to be able to interact with my students, number 1, and number 2, I have really awesome colleagues that I work with, so that's what I like.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Stacey Donovan. I teach biology and forensic science classes here at Maryville. My favorite thing about Maryville is being part of the learner journey, not only while you're here, but also once you graduate, seeing your success and seeing you shine.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam. You guys probably got some messages from me, emails from me, things like that. I'm the director of digital success coaching here at Maryville. I was a life coach for 5 years. This is our 3rd year running the science camp. And actually, student leaders, if you want to take a look at them, how many of you did science camp the 1st year? A little smaller group. And then what about year 2, the 2nd time you did it? Right? There you go. Who did science camp last year? That's what I mean.
Yep, those 2.
There you go. Perfect. And so this is a huge opportunity, one, for our student leaders to showcase and show you all of the things that they wish that they knew before they started here as a student. So like you are getting a huge head start by being here today. And so I just want to thank you all for taking the time out of your summer to come here early and take full advantage of that. You're going to be hearing from student leaders today, from faculty. You're going to be getting experience in an actual classroom, seeing what a lecture looks like. You're going to be in the labs, like mixing chemicals and doing that kind of stuff, right? I wasn't a science person, but that's what I see that you guys are doing. Ask questions. Be curious, right? That is what today is for. You're going to have a lot of one-on-one time with a lot of leaders. And so we want you to take full advantage of that. For this next portion, we have our faculty that are in the room, and we're going to ask them to come on up, introduce themselves, share a little bit about what they do, their backgrounds, and then we're going to have some other faculty come on up and talk about opportunities to get connected on campus. So faculty partners, come on down. Also in the room, we have life coaches. So if you have any questions for them, last minute things you've been wondering about, things you've been texting, things like that, you can also get any of that stuff done today too. So, same order, we want to mix up this order at all? We're good? Okay, go.
Yesterday he had a complaint that we spoke everything in the beginning, so I said, okay, he was
Okay. That's good, here you go. Okay, okay. Cambridge, you're up.
And you just want me to introduce myself,
Yeah,
not talk about the other stuff?
correct. Yeah, we'll do that right after.
Okay.
Make sure to get a,
Good? Good?
Yep.
Good enough? Although I'm not sure I need it, I'm a loud talker. So I am Candace Chambers Colbeck. I teach physics, algebra-based physics, calculus-based physics, and I teach chemistry, some upper-level chemistry. This year I'm teaching modern physics as well, and simulations in science class. My PhD is in theoretical physical chemistry. I have been teaching in higher ed since before you were born. And I've been at Maryville since 2010. Was there anything else you wanted?
Favorite thing about Maryville?
Favorite thing about Maryville? Well, easily, my favorite thing about Maryville are the students. They are amazing. I love that when I say, here's a homework assignment, it's due next week, that I can go look up and see that people started it today. I love how students engage with the content and they're excited to be here and they're excited to learn and they're excited for this engaging learning journey that takes them to that next endpoint. It's a blast to teach.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Anuradha Bhumentala, and I teach chemistry here. I teach general chemistry, organic chemistry, and this year I'm going to teach inorganic chemistry as well. My PhD is in medicinal chemistry, mostly plants to pharmacy, medicines from plants to pharmacy. That is my research projects also here on Maryville. Those are the areas that I work on. And yeah, what is my favorite thing in Maryville? I like the positive culture here on Maryville campus. One might argue that the students change every year, so how can it be the same culture? But somehow, this is my 12th year, and all along I have noticed the culture is very, very positive and very helpful people around. I think it's the way how, once you come here, you feel it and you express it and it all becomes positive. So I love it. And I also love the interactions that I can make with the students. My classes are super small, like 24 is the maximum number, and pretty much I know students by their first name, as someone has mentioned here. At a very personal level, I can understand and I go and ask, how are you doing, and any issues with the class, with the schedule and all. I'm also working as an associate dean for the natural sciences here. So any issues, any questions that you have regarding any of your courses, in general, please reach out to me. Thank you.
So you can see why I complain about being
Right. We gave you an opportunity.
The comedian W.C. Fields said, never get on stage with a dog or a child. He missed out a science professor. No, I'm saying the science professor is something he missed out of that advice. My name's Alistair Pringle. I teach microbiology primarily. Somebody said they've been teaching since whenever. I taught my first undergraduate class in 1981, so I think I had you all beat. Yesterday, Dr. Chambers asked me to say something more about myself. So I was in academia and then I went to Anheuser-Busch for 25 years, so I spent 25 years researching everything to do with beer. Then, after Anheuser-Busch was taken over, I moved over to Maryville in 2010, and Dr. Chambers actually is the first, I was the first hired by Dr. Chambers. So you can see what great judgment she has.
I was also hired by her.
The thing I like about Maryville is getting to do new things. So if you were teaching your first class in 1981, nothing is the same. And so I have to continually learn. And so you introduce yourselves as fourth year students, third year students. I'm like a 40th year student because you have to, in science, it continually changes. And that is taking on a degree in science doesn't mean after 4 years you stop learning. You're going to continue to learn. Dr. Colbeck once told me, I wish I knew this before I started, or I would become a math major, because 2 and 2 always equals 4. In science, we're continually learning new things.
You're talking about the other Colbeck.
The other Dr. Colbeck. Yeah, I told you that. Anyway, so I enjoy learning new things so I can teach those to students, and they're, when they get it, the ahas and people going on and being successful because of what we do. That's what drives me, gets me up in the morning.
Thank you. All right, we're going to have Dr. James Colbeck and Dr. B stay up here so we can talk about Math Boost and engineering. Do we have any pre-engineering students here today? Yeah. All right, so we're going to hear it. So we're going to get a pitch on that. Dr. B, how about pre-professions? Anyone want to go pre-med, pre-vet, pre-something, if you're something like that? Yeah. Okay, cool. Great. We're going to hear something like that, too, from Dr. B. So we'll start with Dr. James.
With Math Boost?
Yep. And engineering.
Yep, you bet. Okay, so STEM. All science classes have some M in them. Every science class has some math that's needed. And we want to help support our science majors to feel comfortable with their math skills. In the past couple of years, I had started to notice in my physics review sessions, there were students, and they were usually like really good students, who would say to me, I've never seen that before. And it was something that was like really fundamental, that was a prereq for the class. And after some talking and some digging, what we figured out is the class where that exists in high school, they had been taking in the spring of 2020. And we all know what happened, right? Many of the schools closed down and just quit doing curriculum. And then they never got re-exposed to that. And in troubleshooting it, every single time I said, okay, we can do that. And so we stopped, and maybe 10, 15 minutes later, they were up and going. And this year, I am partnering with a biology faculty member to run something we're calling Math Boost, September 3rd and September 10th, that is just a refresher of some of the fundamental math that you're going to see in your science classes. I'm sure that you've seen most of it, but there might be like one thing that you hadn't seen or you might need refreshing. And so we're trying to be proactive and offer you a refresher of those math skills before you run into them in class. When you take physics, if you take physics with me, I run weekend review sessions for my physics classes, and I cover the math we're going to need next week in those review sessions, so that I know that everybody in my class is like up to speed. But we want to offer this to everybody, and here's what I can say. This 2 sessions, and they're not identical, like you need both of them. They're like kind of 2 different classes. We'll cover all the math you need for Gen Bio, and all the math you need for genetics, and it covers almost all the math you need for chemistry. There's one thing that we're not going to cover that we could add in. If there was a need for it, we could do another session. And for physics, I'm calling it a starter pack. It's not all the math you need for physics, but it's a good spot to start. Yeah, great. So that's Math Boost, September 3rd and 10th. Then dual degree engineering. There was only one. Is that right? I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have something in engineering that you're interested in? Computer engineering? So you don't have to. You can totally, just so everybody knows, you can start out going, I just want to do engineering and I'm not sure what yet. But If you want to do computer engineering, we have a 3-2 program with WashU. 3 years here, 2 years there, and you get a bachelor's from us and a bachelor's from them. The bachelor's from Maryville would be a science major, and the bachelor from WashU would be an engineer. And you'd be set to go. They have a really great employment rate. It's always close to 100% of their graduates have engineering jobs as a graduation date. We offer several other flavors though. You can go 4 years at Maryville and 2 years there, and then you can get any major at Maryville, and then the engineering degree at WashU. And we also have a 3-3 and a 4-3, where the second 3 is at WashU, and you get a master's. So a 3-3 is a bachelor's at Maryville, a bachelor's at WashU, and a master's degree in engineering at WashU. We've had quite a few students do that because it's kind of a good deal. In fact, more than one of the students has done the 3-3, and then by the time they're done, they're like, well, I think I want to get my PhD. and we have at least one student right now that did mechanical engineering, then aerospace, and then is getting a PhD in mechanical. So they know Maryville students. They like Maryville students. We have a liaison that comes and talks to us once a year, asks any questions. So, but I'm the Maryville contact person. So if you have any questions at all, certainly reach out to me. You bet. And then maybe I'll add for chem and bio people, sometimes I see students that are chemistry majors or biology majors that decide along the way that maybe they don't want to do what they originally thought they wanted to do with that degree, with that chemistry or biology degree. And you can get a chemistry or a biochemistry, I'll add, or a biology major at Maryville. And then depending on which of those you get, you need a couple extra classes. And then you can go and get a 2-year degree at WashU and be an engineer. And typically, people that do that are getting the chemical engineering or the biomedical engineering. So, especially, there looked like there were quite a few pre-health profession people. I've seen a couple of students that were pre-health profession that decided, maybe I want to be a biomechanical engineer instead, because it's still kind of in health professions. Did I answer everything you wanted? Great.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hello again. I also currently I'm serving as a coordinator for pre-health professions at Maryville University. Pre-health professions is a very, very broad term. It includes pre-med, pre-dental, pre-vet, pre-pharmacy, pre-PA, and many other health professions program, bioengineering as well. So there are many other health professions that come under this umbrella. I would want to talk about two important things today. One is how Maryville supports you all in getting ready for the admissions into the career that you chose in health professions. And second one is the articulation agreements that we have with a couple other schools, right? To start with the articulation agreements, we do have a 3+3 and a 4+3 program with Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine that gives students, after completing the program there, that gives them Doctor of Osteopathy from there, and from Maryville, students get a bachelor's in sciences, biology, chemistry, biochemistry. These are the three popular majors, right? For 3+3, students have to apply when they are in the high school itself. But for you all, you are freshmen, and if you decide to go in that route, it will be a 4+4. Instead of a 3+4, it will be a 4+4. That is 4 years at Maryville and 4 years at medical school. There are a few advantages. The admission process is a little bit more, I would say, diverse or different from the traditional admission process where one has to take the entrance examination. This one doesn't include any entrance examination. That is purely based on the GPA and the coursework and the clinical experience and the interest, students' interest, how interested students are in the program or in the profession. That is about the medical school. Similar articulation agreement is there for the dental school as well. And then there is one agreement with Logan School of Chiropractics, where the program is a 3+3. Students take 3 years of coursework here at Maryville and then transfer to Logan, and then 3 years of coursework there, and they get a BS from Maryville and a DC, Doctor of Chiropractics from Logan Chiropractics. Right? So these are the opportunities. So even if you haven't applied to any of these schools from your high school itself or from your senior year in high school, you can still apply. It will be an additional year for medical school and dental school, and for chiropractics there is no additional years. Right? That is about the other schools, the agreements that we have and the opportunities that you can utilize. And coming to the support, how Maryville supports students in the pre-health professions program is the admissions into any of these health professions includes several criteria, starting from the GPA, the coursework, the clinical experience students having, and entrance examination, MCAT for medical school, DAT for dental school, and PA school also. It's not completely there yet, but some schools are having their own entrance exam, and some go by the GRE itself. And web school also something very similar. So entrance examinations are also a part, and many other recommendation letters and all. So Maryville supports the life coaches and the academic advisors. They help students a lot in deciding the coursework, GPA, and guide them in their preparation for the admission to these schools. Other than that, one important one that I want to talk about today is sophomore review process. Once you get into the second year, spring of second year, you will be invited to participate in a review process, which we call it as sophomore review process, where students will, they kind of make a mock application process. So students submit their personal statement and their CV, resume, and other details that go into the admission process. And a panel of faculty get together and review this application, and there will be a mock interview also, and suggest or guide the student. For example, a student has excellent GPA but no clinical experience at all. That is not a good application or a competitive application. They need clinical experience also. So this panel of faculty, they talk to the student, advise the student, hey, you know what, you have a strong GPA, your coursework is good, but this is where you are lacking and you need to work on this one. Like this, the panel would advise the students, and the students will get about a year time, because usually between the junior and senior year is when the students start their application process to the grad schools. That's summer, spring, summer. So students will usually have a year time to prepare for the admission process, to strengthen their application, make it as a very, very competitive application. So along with that, the sophomore review committee also provides a recommendation letter. The committee recommendation letter is totally different from individual faculty recommendation letter. It always weighs higher in terms of your application. If you have a committee recommendation letter, that strengthens your application a lot. So we provide that also based on how the student's portfolio was at the time of the mock interview, and in that 1 year, how they progressed, what they did, and how they strengthened their application. So the committee letter also is really, really important, and that plays a vital role in the admission process. So since you all are freshman year, sometime around spring of your sophomore year is when you will participate. You should definitely participate in the sophomore review process. Sometimes students do miss the rail. They miss the bus. Maybe they think that, okay, I'm not ready for this application process or review process yet. I might need some time. It's fine. The next year, when you are in your junior year, reach out to me. Then we will have the committee put together and review your application. Right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
That I think everyone would be interested in. All right, well, you're going to have it back here. you said something really fast that I meant to follow up with you on because I heard a student tell me last year, and I was like, what? Is that true? If you're going to LECOM, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, you don't have to do the MCAT anymore?
No.
Wow.
No.
That's like a big ball of stress.
Right.
For pre-med students, just.
Right. For LECOM, there is no entrance examination, but their screening process is not an easy screening process. They look at the GPA, they look at the coursework, they look at the ACT scores, how you did in the ACT. But I remember they mentioned that from this year onwards, they are not considering ACT as much. So it's mostly the clinical experience a student has and their interest, how interested or how invested the students are in this profession, in this program. That is the most important one they look at. So if you are interested, reach out to me. We can look at your coursework and where you are in terms of the GPA and high school GPA is what they look at. And if you are applying as a sophomore student, they look at how you are doing in the college also. Remember that application has to go out before your end of the sophomore year, right? If you are interested in LECOM 4+4 program.
But that's awesome because you teach organic chemistry and I teach physics, and we see all those, everybody that's pre-med, and we know that that's a stressful thing for just about everybody. I don't know, even I knew a student got perfect on the MCAT. He was stressed. It's a thing, and for some of us, we don't feel like standardized tests are our thing. And to take that off the table is just amazing.
That is true. I agree, and not every student is a good test taker. That doesn't mean that the student is not qualified to become a doctor, right? So there are some students who are good test takers, but may not be having that kind of analytical skills for a doctor. So we cannot judge just based on the test MCAT score. So that's what the LECOM follows, and there is no entrance examination for the medical school at LECOM. Any other questions? All right, so feel free to reach out to me. If you are a pre-health professions program student, please reach out to me to go over your coursework and to have the head start, like what all I need to do in these 3 years to make my application stronger, right? And there are a few students here who participated in the sophomore review process before, and one of them is now waiting for the interviews at dental school. Where is Kerrigan? Okay. All right. So, and then Samantha also participated in the sophomore review process. Next year, she's going to apply for her PA school. So, it is a very, very helpful process. No loss on your end. Nobody would judge you. It's just to suggest and advise the student to improve. That's it. Right.
Thank you so much. Any questions, Dr. B? All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. All right. So thanks, everyone. A couple other pieces I just want to plug about things to get involved with, things like that. Raise your hand if you are currently signed up for Bio 117 in the fall. Get them nice and high, nice and high. Look around, look around. You might have class with these people. You definitely will see them at the pizza review sessions before every exam. So those are going to be posted. We're going to have pizza today. I love pizza. So we're going to have pizza today. You're going to have pizza before every exam. And you're going to be hanging out with upperclassmen that did okay on those exams. And they're going to be helping you out, right? They're going to be giving you study tips, how to strategize to best prepare for those exams. So as you are booking in your calendars when these exams are, you should also be booking in them when are these review sessions, right? So you can adjust and be showing up for those things as well. What about Chem 103? Anyone from Chem 103? Raise your hands. Anyone taking Chem 103? Yeah, a couple people. All right, great. Same thing with Chem 103. Same exact thing. So some weeks you might have like double pizza. Sorry. But that's, you're going to be able to, we're going to feed you. So that your brains can be working and processing and things like that. All right. Cool. I'm handing over to Chelsea.